Hello people, and what's up? Today I'm here to give you my review of last night's Monday Night Raw Slammy Awards. And I have a lot of shit to talk about, so I'm just going to get right into it. So, for the Slammys, we had WWE Raw Slammys live in my hometown of Seattle. And to start off the show, we had Daniel Bryan come out to a huge ovation from the Seattle crowd, since he lives in Aberdeen, Washington. So, of course, my hometown gave him a good reception, which they should. And, so yeah, Daniel Bryan came out to a huge ovation. Then we had Daniel Bryan versus Fandango to start off the show, and Daniel Bryan won in his hometown, which was well-deserved. Daniel Bryan deserved to win in his hometown. And, it was an okay match to start off the show. And then after the match, the Wyatt family cut a promo on Daniel Bryan on the Titantron, and that was that. Then next we had the first Slammy Award, and Booker T and Jerry Lawler were the host, and to present the Laugh Out Loud Moment of the Year, we had the New Age Outlaws, the Badass Billy Gunn, and Road Dogg Jesse James. So those two presented the Laugh Out Loud Moment of the Year, and it went to The Rock, which was rightfully. The Rock definitely should have won, because, they had shitty nominations for the Laugh Out Loud Moment of the Year, so I'm glad that The Rock won. But he probably, what I thought would have been funny is if The Rock won the Slammy, and then he took it via satellite and did a promo for the Seattle crowd. I would have been fine with that. He doesn't have to show up to Raw, but I kind of wish he would have, cut a promo or something on the Titantron with his Slammy, but anyway, so The Rock couldn't make it, so Vicky Guerrero took it, so yay. Then next we had Damian Sandow versus Santino. Damian Sandow won and will face Big E Langston for the Intercontinental Championship at TLC. That's all I'm going to say for that. It was a pretty shitty match. And then next we had The Shield, who I guess The Shield won a ton of Slammys, which is well deserved. The Shield deserves to win a lot of Slammys. But The Shield were here to present The Shield presented Double Cross of the Year Slammy, and it went to Shawn Michaels, HBK. And so then Shawn Michaels cut a short promo saying that he did what he did to Daniel Bryan and all this stuff. You'll have to just check it out. So, yeah. And sorry guys, I just got a lot of shit to say. Next we had The Miz versus Kofi Kingston. The Miz won and gets a Trouble in Paradise from Kofi Kingston after the match. That's all I'm going to say for that. Again, another bad match. Then next we had a returning diva, or not really returning, but we had the lovely Eve Marie Torres. Remember Eve Torres? Eve Torres presented the Diva of the Year Slammy. And one thing I gotta say is that Eve Torres looked great. She looked great. And I just wanted to say that I hope she returns to the WWE soon. I think adding a veteran to the roster for the Divas would help them. So I hope that Eve Torres will return soon to the WWE, since that she's already, I think, married to Gracie, Renee or Grace or something like that, but I hope she returns to the WWE soon. And I couldn't believe this. The Bella Twins won the Diva of the Year, which was stupid. In my opinion, AJ Lee should have won. What the hell? AJ should have won, and the fans of Seattle booed. The fans of Seattle booed the Bella Twins, which was well-deserved. So, yeah. Then next we had Rey Mysterio, Big Show, Goldust, Cody Rhodes versus Ryback, Curtis Axel, Antonio Cesaro, and Jack Swagger. And Rey Mysterio's team won, and it was a pretty good tag team match. I thought it was a pretty good tag team match. And then next we had Shawn Michaels come back again, and Shawn Michaels presented Superstar of the Year. And now this is what really shocked me about this. For one, I was like, because with this, the nominees I do believe were John Cena, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, and CM Punk, and I wanted Daniel Bryan or CM Punk to win, but I figured storyline-wise they would have gone with Randy Orton just to piss off Daniel Bryan, or they would have just gone with John Cena like they always do. But surprisingly, Daniel Bryan won Superstar of the Year, Slammy. So congratulations to Daniel Bryan. He really deserves it, and I'm glad they didn't give it to Randy Orton or John Cena. So Daniel Bryan won Superstar of the Year, and after that, and Daniel Bryan's Slammy speech was really good. Daniel Bryan had a speech which was short and effective, thanking the people of Seattle and saying, "Go Seahawks." So I gotta tell you, major salute to Daniel Bryan for that. Major salute. Yeah, and then next we had Alberto Del Rio versus Sin Cara, and I was just laughing because the fans were chanting Seahawk stuff, and we're just chanting "Go Seahawks" or Russell Wilson and all this stuff. Basically, the fans were chanting for our football team instead of for this stupid-ass match. Because, I mean, the fans didn't give a shit for it, I didn't give a shit for it, but Sin Cara won. Yippee-ki-yay. Then next, we had the Primetime Players present the Fan Participation Slammy, and, so we had the Fan Participation Slammy, and Daniel Bryan won Fan Chant of the Year for his yes, yes, yes. Good for Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan and The Shield took many of the Slammys tonight, so shout out to The Shield and Daniel Bryan. And then next we had Brodus Clay versus Xavier Woods. Brodus Clay won in a really short, stupid match. And I guess Brodus Clay is a heel now because Brodus Clay tried to attack, or was attacking Xavier Woods after the match. I really don't care until they really give Brodus Clay a push, but even then I probably won't really care. And then next we had The Miz present Insult of the Year Slammy Award, and Stephanie McMahon won. Stephanie McMahon won, although in my opinion, again, AJ Lee should have won for her pipe bomb promo that she did on the Divas back a while ago on the Total Divas. I thought that AJ's promo on the Divas saying that they were all terrible was just great. And so I think she should have won over Stephanie McMahon, but whatever. Then next we had CM Punk versus Dean Ambrose, and CM Punk won. And the match went on too long for me. The match was just too long, but it was okay for what it was. I thought it was an alright match. But my question is, are the Shield breaking up? Because if you paid attention to the match, if you watched Raw, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins didn't really seem to really want to help Dean Ambrose. There seems to be a lot of ego now in the Shield. So I think the Shield is going to break up at TLC is what I'm thinking. Which, I guess that's fine. In my opinion, what I would do is I would have Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns still stay a tag team and be called the Shield, and then I would just push Dean Ambrose for one of the titles. Although, isn't Dean Ambrose still the United States champion? I think he is, so. I think he already is champion, I think. Next, we had Mick Foley present the Extreme Moment of the Year Award, Slammy, and CM Punk won. Glad that CM Punk won an award. That's all I'm going to say for that. Then we had the Usos versus Eric Rowan and Luke Harper of the Wyatt family. The Wyatt family won. It was an okay match. Then, this is what really pissed me off. Next, we had Bret Hart, the best there was, the best there ever will be, all that shit, present Match of the Year. And I'm pretty sure Bret Hart was pissed over this, too. The Match of the Year, Slammy, went to John Cena versus The Rock. Excuse my language, but are you fucking kidding me, WWE? The Slammy for Match of the Year should have went to Undertaker versus CM Punk, and that's all I gotta say for that. Really, they just had to give John Cena a Slammy Award this year. That's why they did that bullshit. But either way, John Cena won, and the fans of Seattle rightfully booed John Cena out of the building for that award, which I agree with them on. Really. Next, we had Natalya versus Tamina. Natalya won. Didn't really care. Moving on. Now, this segment here, I was going into it going, oh, I really don't care. But this was actually pretty good. We had the championship ceremony with Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, and future and past champions of the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship. And, of course, for the promos, we had John Cena and Randy Orton. And what really was crazy was that the Seattle crowd, the whole night, was just chanting for Daniel Bryan, doing the yes, 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 chanting Daniel Bryan. And so the Seattle crowd cheered for Daniel Bryan during Triple H's promo. And, I mean, they were so loud that they interrupted Triple H's promo, which was, with this going on, they've got to push Daniel Bryan for the title again soon. I mean, if they don't, a lot of fans are going to be pissed off, because he's the most popular superstar in the WWE right now. You know, this kind of reminds me of a time when Jeff Hardy, I know that Jeff Hardy was in trouble with drugs and stuff and all that other stuff, but he was so popular back in 2008 or 9, and that's the reason why they gave him the title. And since that Daniel Bryan is so popular, they need to give him the title again. Not John Cena, not Randy Orton. They need to give it to Daniel Bryan, and then have him face CM Punk, I think. I mean, and here's the thing. Daniel Bryan does not take drugs like Jeff Hardy does. So the WWE can trust Daniel Bryan. I'm not judging Jeff Hardy. I really could give a shit if he took drugs. But I'm just relating it to that. But anyway, so John Cena and Randy Orton cut promos. But John Cena's promo that he cut was a very good promo in my opinion. I thought that John Cena did a good job with this promo. For once, he wasn't joking around. He was being serious. And serious Cena is better than goofy Cena, in my opinion. But anyway, and then after John Cena's promo, they shook hands, raised the titles above them, and then Randy Orton and John Cena started to brawl in the ring with all the champions there. And then this is what really caught my attention. During the brawl, CM Punk attacks Randy Orton, and then attacks Triple H after Triple H pushes him. So then CM Punk attacks Triple H. Then, after he attacks Triple H, Shawn Michaels gives his Sweet Chin Music super kick to CM Punk. And so he gets kicked by HBK. Then Daniel Bryan gives the running knee to Shawn Michaels. Then Triple H gives a pedigree to Randy Orton after Randy Orton ran into Stephanie McMahon. But that was pretty much just the end of that segment. And so, yeah, that was all of the Slammies, but all in all, and now here's my question. All in favor of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan versus Triple H and HBK. That would be a great match with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan tag teaming against Triple H and HBK. That would be a great match. I hope the WWE does this now based off of this segment. But all in all, now, I may seem biased about this review, since it was in my hometown of Seattle, Washington, so I may be a little bit biased, but I, for one, just my opinion, I thought Raw was decent. It wasn't great, it wasn't spectacular, but all in all, I thought Raw was decent/good. So like my video, dislike my video, comment on my video, guys, and subscribe.